Okay. How about that for the beginning? You like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is the Planning Commission meeting for July 22nd. Please call the roll.
Mr. Cappers?
Here.
Mayor?
Here.
Mrs. Johnson? Mr. Titterington?
Here.
Mr. McGarry?
Here.
Mrs. Mahan?
Here.
Mr. Forrest?
Here.
Okay, next we have the minutes for our June 24th meeting. Are there any additions, corrections, or deletions of those minutes?
I'd like to move that they're approved as printed.
Motion to approve. Is there support for the motion?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous. Okay, the first matter to come before the Commission is the Historic District application for 114 South Mulberry Street. Does staff have a report?
Yes, we do. Thank you.
Okay, you're
I
welcome.
don't know if he's in the audience. I've not seen him. Robert Basinger, 114 South Mulberry, has a business that has been in existence for some time. I've had a little bit of issue with getting some permit things in, but they finally did get them in. He is requesting to reface a wall sign that was currently there for Stern Financial. The sign is depicted in your packet. It is exactly as it shows. It is only 4.16 square feet. They're allowed 22.5 square feet. Staff does recommend approval based on the criteria here in the report.
The pop can or the Arizona can does not come with it.
Does not.
So I thought that was an accent.
Move for approval.
The motion approved. Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mayor?
Yes.
Mr. Titterington?
Yes.
Mr. McGarry?
Yes.
Mrs. Mahan?
Yes.
Mr. Forrest?
Yes.
Mr. Cappers?
Yes.
It is approved.
Next matter is Historic District application for 8 North Market Street for the installation of 2 window signs. Does staff have a report?
We do. The applicant comes requesting approval for installation of 2 different window signs at 8 North Market, which was formerly the Dale Cid satellite location moved across the street. It's going to be called Willoughby's Hollow. They are requesting to install 2 single-face window signs as provided in your packet. The colors are logo digital print and will be village green, Zyclon, Riverboat, and yellow corn. They are allowed a total of 24 square feet combined for wall and window. The total for this is 1425, which is below. And staff does recommend approval based on criteria within the report.
Any questions of staff? Commission want to take any action?
Agreement.
Motion to approve. Is there support for the motion?
Second.
There's support. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Mr. Titterington?
Yes.
Mr. McGarry?
Yes.
Mrs. Mahan?
Yes.
Mr. Forrest?
Yes.
Mr. Cappers?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes.
It is approved.
Next matter to come before the Commission is a rezoning application for 614 Crawford Street from M2 to OC1. Does staff have a report?
We do. Michael Lyons, who is the applicant and also the purchaser, or in the process of being the purchaser of this building from Robert Cole, has applied for consideration of rezoning 614 South Crawford from M2 light industrial to OC1 office commercial. It consists of 0.48 acres. They're on South Crawford Street, East West Street. The reasoning that the application decided for rezoning is to provide an opportunity to purchase and renovate this building to house a fitness center, training center into that location. Its current zoning would not allow that. That's why the the request of rezoning is here. The area, this area is dominated by mixed residential districts, abutting industrial districts. The OC1 is described as to accommodate a mixture of office and commercial use, consisting of groupings of professional research, administrative accounting, etc., as shown in your report. It's staff's opinion that the adjoining property will benefit from the positive impact of the proposed rezoning. OC1 district permits the greatest flexibility to the reuse of the property while complementing the existing commercial uses and protecting the surrounding residential zoning district. Staff has answered all the questions of supporting this through each of the items here. Due to the straightforward nature of this request and the fact that City Council is required to hold a public hearing if this proceeds, Staff does not feel that a public hearing before the Planning Commission would be warranted.
Any questions of staff?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead, Mr. Force.
You stated in this that currently the building is home to American Fabricator. It's a welding shop. Is this going to be a building that's going to be divided?
No, it would essentially have, what would happen is American Welding, the welding shop would be non-conforming to the use. So if it would go out, they would have to be replaced with the business that follows within our commercial district. And the reason for the rezoning is because across the street you have a mix of residential. And so our goal is to eliminate the impact to the residential by rezoning it from the N2 to a buffer zone of the OC1.
But maybe I misunderstood your question, Tom. There will be two businesses in that building if this rezoning goes through.
No, that's correct.
Yes.
The welding and the fitness.
Yes.
But they said that the welding would be non-conforming.
Legally
It
non-conforming.
could become legal non-conforming in that status.
Are they in agreement to this rezoning?
Yes.
Well, they're just the tenant, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So they
And the
would
owner
have a problem.
of the property is here, Mr. Walker as well.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Mr. Titterington.
And looking at the map you've got it very succinctly triangled off with a red diagonal line. And the corner of East-West Street and Crawford Street would remain M2. Is that a separate property? Or is there a reason that would stay M2 and not that whole corner go?
Well, those,
They're actually
those-
they're actually multiple properties. One is owned by CSX. The building is owned by Louis L. Sid. We did not want to hold up the rezoning, but we are going to approach them about rezoning that as well.
They being
CSX and the owner of the one building that's kind of cut out by itself.
yeah, the zoning or the property lines are quite odd for that parcel. That triangle we're speaking of, the building that's in about the center, right along East-West Street, the building by itself is a complete separate parcel from the remainder of that triangle. It's kind of an odd setting there.
Any other questions for staff? First matter of this issue to come before the commission is to determine whether or not they want a public hearing. Is the commission?
I move that we not have a public hearing.
I'll second that move.
Motion is second. Any further discussion concerning that part of this issue? Please call the roll.
Mr. Re-
And a positive yes is not to have a public hearing.
Mr. McGarry?
Yes.
Mrs. Mahan?
Yes.
Mr. Force?
Yes.
Mr. Cappers?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes.
Mr. Titterington?
Yes.
That motion is approved.
We will not have a public hearing on this matter. However, we now have the issue at hand as to the rezoning application. Do you want to make a recommendation to City Council for approval or disapproval?
I'll make a motion we have approval to council.
There's a motion to approve. Second that. And there's a second. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Mrs. Mahan?
Yes.
Mr. Force?
Yes.
Mr. Cappers?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes.
Mr. Titterington?
Yes.
Mr. McGarry?
Yes.
It is unanimously approved.
Staff have anything else to come before the commission?
Nothing further, thank you.
Commission members want to discuss anything further?
Move to adjourn.
Got a motion to adjourn and your support for the motion from Mr. Force. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We stand adjourned.